Laura from Think Essential. Nice to be with you here today. Today I wanted to talk about ears. As a kid, I always had ear infections. I mean, it was normal, part of my childhood. Get the hurting ears and the cloggy feeling, go to the doctor, get the antibiotic, and move on with life. That was just a normal part of my childhood. And as I've gotten older and I've done a lot more research and checked out some things, and I found a few tips and tricks that have been helpful for me and for my family that I just wanted to share with you. I'll be upfront and honest, I don't understand all the science behind all this, and I might not have all the right terminologies and scientific terms, but I do know that it works and it's helped me, it's helped my family, so I just wanted to share a little bit in that. So as a kid, go back to that, the recurring ear infections, and my doctors really wanted to put tubes in my ears, and someone told my mom to try out the chiropractor. We'd never been to the chiropractor. We're like, what? That's weird, but okay, give it a shot, if it'll help not go to surgery. And I tell you what, I did that for a few times, went back to the ENT, and they're like, no, you're good. You don't need to do that anymore. So if you are struggling with ear infections, chiropractic care might be something you might consider. Food usually is huge triggers for that. So stay away from gluten, dairy, things that'll cause inflammation and mucus. And you can tell, I don't know about you, but I can tell, like if I eat something that I'm not supposed to, or it's causing inflammation in my body, I can kind of feel the junk coming in my sinuses. I'm like, yep, I shouldn't have eaten that, but what do you do? Sometimes you just want the cake. So anyway, all that aside, I want to talk about some pressure points. And again, I don't know all the terminology and all the scientific reasons why all this works, but it works. I'm going to take off my glasses and I'm going to try to get close to you guys so you can see I'm totally blind without my glasses. So hopefully I'll be pointing you to the right places. All right, so I like to take just the top part of my finger and just to rub. So I use the whole top part of my finger because sometimes it takes me a minute to find the right place. And the more surface area I have on my finger, the easier it is for me to find. So if you can kind of tell right where, this is going to be weird, kind of the top of the ear where it circles right there and it kind of meets your face, there's a little pressure point right there. And if you kind of just take it and rub, it really, and you might have to kind of play around with it for a few minutes to kind of find it. Again, that's why I like to have more surface area on my finger. And I kind of just push backwards. And if you do it for a few minutes, if you're in the right spot, you can just feel your ears open up. It's pretty amazing. So just right there at the front, and then there's two more points just kind of right underneath it. So you take the top pressure point, and once you found that one, I like to open my mouth first, and then you'll move your finger down and you'll see that there's a little bit of this indentation. So find the first pressure point. You can see, again, I'm blind without my glasses. So first pressure point, then open your mouth, and move your finger down just a little bit, and when your mouth is open, you should be able to feel it. It kind of indents a little bit, and so that's the second point, and you can just kind of massage that around. And then just right below it as well, that's the third point. And again, just massage those places. You should be able to feel, they're all kind of little indentions. So there's 3 places right there. And then if you look underneath your ear, kind of back to the top, there's, I don't think you'll be able to see this, but it's kind of right past here. If you kind of touch on your earlobe and then go to the opposite side of it, underneath it, and just kind of massage that part, especially if I feel like I've got drainage and yuckiness in my throat that's just not wanting to, it's just stuck there, Have you ever had that? So if I'm just kind of massaging, sometimes I'll even pull my fingers, I don't know if you can see this. It's hard to tell if you're turning sideways. I'll kind of massage there for a few minutes, and then I'll just kind of pull my fingers down across my throat, my jawline, just to kind of help push everything down and out away from my ears. It just is really helpful to me to clear up, open up. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I can see. Open up all your sinuses and get things flowing and moving, and just where it's not so stuck. Massaging those pressure points can have a positive impact on many things. I'm going to read you a list here because I don't want to forget some of it. There's so much it can be helpful with. So these are some things that might be helpful if you are dealing with some of these issues. Using massaging right there and using the pressure points could be helpful if you have ear pain. clearly, or congestion in the fullness of the ear, even jaw pain, that can be helpful. Tooth issues, if you got aches and pains with your tooth sometimes. I mean, everything is just so close and so connected. It's worth a shot. It doesn't hurt anything. Even headaches, all sorts of different kind of headaches. Sometimes that can be helpful, and massaging on your temples can be helpful as well. Fullness of your ear, ringing in your ear, dizziness in your ear, if you know what I'm talking about. And if your ears, have you ever had your ear itch? You just want to reach your fingers down in there and just rub them, but you can't. So an itching ear, that can be helpful as well. Swollen throat, again, especially down here, and then rubbing your hands across your jawline, that can be helpful just to kind of, bring blood to the area, help with the healing with that. So those are some things and some tips and tricks that might be helpful, some things that we like to do. Some essential oils that are helpful for those issues, again, with ear issues, especially anything related to pain in your ear. I really love basil, melaleuca, and Roman chamomile. I like a blend of just a couple drops of each of those and put it in a roller ball and just go up and over your ear and back down, and maybe sometimes even right in front of it. It just really helps. I know I've had a lot of clogginess, I guess. I'm sure there's a better term, but clogginess, that's what I'm going to say, in this past few days, and that's just been really helpful, just massaging and then placing those 3 oils. Again, that was basil, melaleuca, and Roman chamomile. Any kind of dizziness, if you start to feel, and if it's related to especially ear issues, I swear by helichrysum. It's awesome. Ginger, basil, lavender, and frankincense are all ones that you can use. I think there was one day a few months ago I was dealing with some dizziness issues related to ear issues, and I did a blend of all those, and just with a few applications, I was able to walk normal, and the room wasn't spinning anymore, and it was just really helpful. And again, with head discomfort, all this stuff is connected and related, and especially if you've got sinus congestion. There's tons of oils to help with that. doTERRA's Breathe, eucalyptus is great, all sorts of stuff. But again, part of that with head discomfort can be, with massaging can be helpful, and also using oils like peppermint and lavender and frankincense just to kind of help all that. So anyway, I was a little all over the place today, but that's just something that's been on my mind and I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope that was helpful. Start massaging, doesn't hurt, and it's you might be surprised how helpful it can be. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.